you've gone through the process of creating a lead magnet that is in high demand. Your ideal target audience loves it. They're requesting it. You've created an opt-in form for them to give you their name, phone number, and email address for you to deliver it to them. And you figured out how you're going to get it to them. Now, the last step in this process is making sure that you have an amazing email follow-up sequence that's going to nurture that relationship so that you can continue to provide them value, but also introduce them to your core product. Well, in today's episode of Over the Shoulder with Cortez Hustle, I'm going to share with you the top 5 reasons that you should have an email follow-up sequence attached to your lead magnet. And then we're going to teach you how I use ChatGPT to write the email follow-up sequence and then import it into my email autoresponder. So if this is something that you are interested in, you want to stick around. In the meantime, do me a huge favor, comment in the chat where you're from, drop the name of your business and or your brand, smash that subscribe button, and let's kick it this morning. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 3 of Over the Shoulder with Cortez Hustle. This entire week, we've been breaking down my 2025 content strategy. And Monday, I gave you 7 reasons to build a content strategy. We talked about having a lead magnet and an opt-in form on Tuesday. Today, once they get your opt-in form, you want to make sure that you follow up with them via email so that you can build and nurture the relationship. Really quickly, if you do not know me, I am Cortez Hustle, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur and founder of the PLR Profit Society, an online community and mentorship program where it is my mission and my ministry to help hardworking 9-to-5ers who want to transition into entrepreneurship do it safely by helping them take their gifts, talents, experience, and expertise, turn it into digital products or leverage done-for-you digital products to build some passive income so they can safely transition into entrepreneurship. You can learn more about my program over at CortezHustle.com. Now, let's get into what we're going to be talking about and covering today on Over the Shoulder with Cortez Hustle. Let me give you a quick review of what we've gone through so far this week. Number 2, we're going to talk about the why behind an email follow-up sequence. Number 3, we're going to show you how I use ChatGPT to actually craft the emails. And I typically recommend at least a 3 to 5 part email follow-up sequence to every lead magnet. And then I'm actually going to let you look over my shoulder as I add the emails into my autoresponder, which we use the Digital Empire system, which is our white label version of Go High Level. If you're not familiar with any of those tools, then it is very similar to what you would use in an active campaign, a MailChimp, GetResponse, or anything like that. So let's go ahead and dive into today's quick review. When it comes to content marketing, a lot of people think content marketing ends with a YouTube video, or it ends with a Facebook post, or a TikTok, or a YouTube short, or Instagram reel. No, ladies and gentlemen, that is only the beginning of a content marketing strategy. That is what we call the top of the actual funnel. The funnel ends with you making people an offer to your core product. So we broke down how I use ChatGPT, and I'll put a link to episodes 1 and 2 in the comments for you guys, because we can't spend a lot of time going over that because I want to get through this content and get to the over the shoulder part. But you start with a lead magnet that is in alignment with your core product. Now, once you have that lead magnet, then you have to have a way to capture emails. That is an opt-in form, sometimes embedded in a capture page or a website, right? We talked about that on Tuesday. And then today, the next phase is having an email follow-up sequence. So once they opt in to get the lead magnet, what is the conversation that you have with them beyond that point to continue to build and nurture the relationship and also introduce them to your core products? I use ChatGPT to help me do that, and I'm going to show you that here in a second. But before we get into that, let's talk about why a good email follow-up sequence just makes sense. Number one, a good email follow-up sequence is going to build trust and strengthen relationships. Let's face it, y'all. People don't buy from strangers, not at a high clip, right? A follow-up sequence helps you build trust by introducing yourself and sharing your story and providing value. As my mentor always says, the best way to prove to someone that you can help them is by actually helping them. And this is what you can do in your email sequence. So you're going to start with a warm welcome email, thanking them for signing up to download your lead magnet, whatever that is. You're going to share a bit about yourself, setting the tone for what they can expect in your future emails. You're going to keep it friendly and you're going to keep it personal, guys. That's part one. That's step one. You're going to build trust and strengthen the relationship. Number two of the top 5 reasons you need a good email follow-up sequence to go with your lead magnet, excuse me, is going to deliver the value that you promise. Now, there's a lot of ways that you can deliver the value. I showed you when I create my simple opt-in form, the minute they hit submit, it automatically takes them to the lead magnet. But when I send them the email, I also want to send them a link to that lead magnet in the email again. So the lead magnet you offered created an expectation. Failing to deliver or under-deliver will damage your trust. So what you're going to do is you're going to ensure that the first email includes easy access to that lead magnet. Then you're going to highlight 1 or 2 key benefits of the resource and provide quick tips on how to use it. And then you're going to make sure that you add a clear call to action. You got to encourage them to engage. Tell them to reply to the email. Tell them, ask them what they think. Tell them to just reply that to make sure that they got it and they were able to open it, and let them know that they can respond to the email with questions. That has a lot to do with your deliverability in the future, your opt-in rates, and how they can continue to hear from you, and whether or not your emails are going to go into their inbox or into their spam folder, or if they're using Gmail, the promotions folder, right? So delivering the value you promise is step 2. Step 3, we're going to educate and nurture the leads. That's right. Many people are not ready to buy immediately. A nurturing sequence allows you to educate your leads and position your product or service as the solution. Share 3 to 4 value-packed emails over the course of a week or 2. Address common pain points or problems your audience faces and provide actionable solutions. Link these solutions back to your core offer without being over salesy or too pushy. And then use storytelling to make your emails relatable and memorable. Number 4, we're talking to 5 reasons you should have a compelling and an amazing email follow-up sequence attached to every lead magnet that you're giving away. It's going to drive them towards your core offer, right? And remember, all of this is happening on autopilot, y'all. The goal of your follow-up sequence is to turn leads into paying customers. This is where you strategically transition from nurturing to selling. How do you do it? You introduce your core product or service as the natural next step to solve their problem. You highlight the unique value of your offer and how it complements the lead magnet that they already received. And then you're going to include a call to action to check out your sales page, book a call, or flat out make the purchase through a link in the email. And number 5, top 5 ways to optimize an email follow-up sequence is you're going to optimize and automate your sequence. A good follow-up sequence works on autopilot, saving you time and ensuring consistent communication with every lead. That's right. The minute they say, I want this lead magnet, it should put them into an autoresponder that's going to automatically provide this information. Use an email marketing tool like the Digital Empire System, which is our white label version of Go High Level. We throw that in when you sign up for the PLR Profit Society mentorship program at just $100 a month at the recording of this video, right? Other tools you can think about: ConvertKit, Aweber, GetResponse, MailChimp, MailerLite. They all do a similar service, right? You're going to test different subject lines, calls to actions, and email links to optimize and the click-through rate, right? Some emails could be short, some could be longer. Some of the subject lines you should be testing to make sure that your emails are going to reach the most amount of people, and the most amount of people are actually going to click, open, and read through those emails. You're going to regularly review your analytics to see what's working and tweak your sequences for better results. So your key takeaways for an email follow-up, engagement, and conversions. A good follow-up email sequence is like having a conversation with a friend. It builds trust, provides value, and naturally leads to deeper engagement, y'all. That's what it's all about. See, a lot of people look at followers. A lot of people look at the number of people on their email list. But the truth of the matter is, it's about engaged followers and it's about engaged leads. I can send an email blast to 100,000 people, but if nobody's engaging, that's a waste of money. So in order to have an engaged following and an engaging community, you have to be consistently providing value in a way that your following wants to consume it. It's not just a nice to have, but a crucial part of your content strategy if you want to convert leads into loyal customers. So again, your content strategy does not start and end with a post on social media. It is way deeper than that, y'all. And if you don't have someone coaching you through the incomplete content marketing strategy, then that's where I believe we separate ourselves over at the PLR Profit Society mentorship program. So let's look at ChatGPT and how I use ChatGPT to create my email follow-up sequences based on a solid lead magnet. And before we do that, let's check in with who we have in the building. We have Future Leaders LLC from Philly in the building. We also have Relentless Defense Firearm Academy, and kicking it with Cortez Hustle over the shoulder. That's right. So before I go into screen share, y'all, I absolutely have to pause for station identification. So after the message from our sponsor, we will be right back on the other side of this break. Yo, family, listen up. I know today's training is getting good, but I just have to tell you that our last personal branding live workshop with AI was flat out phenomenal. And the feedback that we are getting is bananas. So much so that we're deciding to run it back. Saturday, February 1st, 2025 at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Your boy is going to teach you how to build a profitable, authoritative, and authentic personal brand to attract to you the customers that you are meant to serve. Everything from mission statements to core values, and even a comprehensive content marketing blueprint. You're going to get everything that you need to build a powerful brand. And don't forget, you're also going to get master resale rights to resell this course when it's all said and done. So all you got to do is click the link on or around this video or go to cortezhustle.com/blueprint to reserve your spot. I'm just saying. Now let's get back to today's training. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. You're checking out episode 3 of Over the Shoulder with Cortez Hustle, where we provide live marketing training and you actually get to see my actual strategies that I'm implementing. I am doing this in real time in my actual accounts because this is how I'm building and growing my business. I thought it'd be a cool thing to share because I'm doing this every day, because you should be marketing and doing something in your business every day as well. And this is episode 3. So I appreciate the follow. If you are on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're on TikTok, just follow your boy. And if you're listening to the audio version of this on your favorite podcasting networks, whether it is iTunes, whether it is Spotify, make sure that you subscribe and leave your boy a review if you're getting value. And always know that on the YouTube channel is where we're sharing the actual screen share, and you can see everything that we're doing live and in living color. So I'll put the link to the actual YouTube video component in the show notes for you guys to check that out if you want to go over there and do that at this time. So I'm going to share my screen. We're going to jump into ChatGPT as we did in day 1 and day 2 of this series. I showed how I prompted ChatGPT to create a brand document for me. I prompted ChatGPT to then create a content marketing strategy with 365 days worth of content. And then one of the pieces of content ChatGPT created for me was a carousel, and the call to action was to get a goal setting, a passive income goal setting worksheet, which I don't have in my brand, or I didn't at the time. So what did I do? I told ChatGPT to go ahead and create that for me. So now I use ChatGPT to create a brand document, to create a content marketing strategy, to create 365 days worth of content, and to also create the lead magnet that we're pushing people to with the content that we are creating. Now, I'm going to show you how to get ChatGPT to give you the most amazing follow-up sequence based on the lead magnet that you are sharing, guys. I don't know if you know that you can do this, but you can add attachments in ChatGPT. ChatGPT will read the attachment and then provide what you're looking for accordingly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach our lead magnet, right? So I'm going to go to my computer, and I'm going to go to my files on my computer. I think I have this in my download somewhere. And let's see if I have my passive income goal setting worksheet. Boom. I'm going to add that in. ChatGPT is analyzing that right now. And I'm going to say, now, the beauty about working with ChatGPT is it remembers everything that you have been working on together. So it remembers everything that it told me about the best way to do an email follow-up sequence. So I'm going to say, according to what you provided regarding the best practices for an email follow-up sequence, please provide a 5-part email sequence for my target audience who just downloaded this free passive income goal setting worksheet. So I like to do 5-part email series when someone gets a lead magnet for me. That goes 5 days for me. So day 1, once they hit submit, they immediately get a welcome email. And then day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5 is what I typically do. And then on day 6, I switch them from the follow-up sequence and I put them into my general newsletter, which I send a daily newsletter out to my subscribers. Now, I do want to ultimately introduce them to my core product. So I'm going to make sure ChatGPT knows what core products we want to introduce them to. Make sure that we provide value in story form, and also introduce them to our core product, which is the PLR Profit Society Mentorship Program via this link. HTTPS. And yes, when you give ChatGPT links in your request, it will make those links clickable. So when you copy and paste what it gives you, the link will already be there. So I'm going to give it the link that I want to push people to, which is plrprofitmaster.com/special-offer. All right. And then I'm going to hit go and let it do what it needs to do. We gave it the lead magnet. We told it based on what it told us about what are the best practices for a good email follow-up sequence to follow that strategy. And when it creates our email follow-up sequence. And now all I have to do is pull up my email autoresponder and set the trigger and copy and paste these emails in there. And I'm going to show you it is a simple concept and it's simple and easy to do. So let's first take a look at what ChatGPT gave us in response, right? So it is working on email number 3 right now. So let's see. Let's go back up to email number 1 and see how it did and if I would be in agreement with what it provided. So email number 1 says, welcome and quick start. Welcome to your passive income journey. Hi, first name. Congratulations on downloading the passive income goal setting worksheet. This is your first step towards building your passive income empire. I know setting goals can feel overwhelming, but don't worry, you've got this, and I'm here to help. This worksheet will give you, will guide you in creating smart goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound, and then it gives them some quick action steps. Set aside 30 minutes to fill out the worksheet. Start by answering, what do you want to achieve? Hint, be bold, right? This right here is an amazing email right out of the gate. Now, some of these words I wouldn't use, but this is where you go through your content that ChatGPT gives you and you rephrase things according to your own voice. Now, my ChatGPT is actually branded to my voice and tone. It still, though, however, comes back with some stuff that I wouldn't necessarily say, and I want to be as authentic as I can. So all I have to do is copy this. Notice it introduces them to our mentorship program in the PS. PS, if you're ready for a hands-on guidance, check out the PLR Profit Society mentorship program here. And the link is the link that I provided. It's the ultimate resource for goal setters like you. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to show you how we build what we call in our digital empire system a workflow. And all that is your automated system that automates the email follow-up process. So let me stop sharing real quick and get open my actual workflow. And I have to make sure that I'm not exposing any sensitive data. And then we'll go back into the screen share. If you guys got any questions, you can post your questions here and I'll try to answer them. But the place to get your question answered is to join in open office hours. CortezHustle.com/open office hours. Immediately following today's stream, you can join us in a Zoom room where you can get your questions answered and I'll help you the best that I can. I'm probably the only person that's giving away free coaching every day in the open office hours that's open to the general public. So make sure you check that out if you want. All right. So now I'm going to show you how I build all of this out as quickly as I can so we have more time for open office hours. So basically, this is my list of workflows. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go into our folder where I think I have a folder that says digital lead magnet workflows. I thought I did that yesterday or am I working through some of this stuff? All right, now I noticed that when I get into screen sharing, y'all, it puts a lot of drag on the live stream. So I apologize for that in advance. And I'm going to go here. I think I must have been somewhere else because I know, no, I didn't. I didn't do a folder here. I did a folder in our forms. So now what I'm going to do is all of this is, I'm going to create a folder for my lead magnets. So I'm going to do 00003, and I'm going to call it lead magnet workflows. All right. This is how you stay organized when you are doing this kind of work. You should be doing something every day. And it's easy to follow when you only have one or two workflows. But when you start building your digital product library and your lead magnet library, and you have multiple products and services and offerings, you want to be as organized as you can, make it easy to follow everything. So I noticed I spelled workflows and that I'll come back and misspell workflows and then I'll come back and fix it. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say, I want to create a workflow. We have a lot of different templates that you can build a workflow from, but I'm just going to create this one from scratch really quickly. So create a workflow from scratch. The first thing I want to do is I want to name this workflow. And this workflow is the workflow that corresponds with the passive income worksheet. All right. The next thing I need to do is give it a trigger. How will this workflow get started? So I'm going to go to the trigger, and you'll notice that there are a lot of different ways that you can trigger a workflow in our system. And to be fair, not just in our system, in any autoresponder system, they give you a lot of different ways to trigger a workflow. In my case, I'm going to trigger this workflow when someone submits a form. Remember yesterday we created a capture form so that we can collect names, phone numbers, and email addresses. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to say form submitted, and I'm going to say change this to opt-in form submitted. And then I have to tell it which opt-in form am I talking about, because I have a lot of opt-in forms. So this form, and this is why you have to name everything so it becomes easy to find. The passive income goal setting opt-in form is the first trigger, right? I'm also going to make this same work. No, I'm not. Because I have an opt-in form for people to get the workflow when they join our online community. I'll do a separate workflow for that on a different day and time. So when they go to this opt-in form to request this download, then what actions do I want to happen? The first thing I want to do is I want to make sure that I segment my email list. That means I want to keep every group of people who are getting information and contacting me. I want to make sure that I tag them based on how we first began to interact with one another. So I'm going to do content tag added. So add content tag. Let's see. Yes. So a content tag is how you organize your list or segment your list. So when this person is in my database amongst the thousands of other people in my database, I want to know why or how they got there. They got there because they requested information on goal setting. So I'm going to call this passive income goal setting lead. That's the tag. So I'm going to be able to go later in my business and marketing journey if I want to send a request to everybody or an email to everybody who is interested in passive income goal setting, I can simply sort them by this tag. So I've added a tag. The next thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and send an email. Boom. And all we're doing is we're just creating the steps. Now, I'm not going to go and create all 7 emails. I'm going to show you how I create the first email, and I'm going to show you how I create the last step in the sequence, which moves them to my email newsletter, so that once they get these first 5 emails, and if they don't buy into the mentorship, then they go right into my newsletter sequence where they'll get my regular emails every day. But the first 5 communications that they get from you should be in relationship to the lead magnet they just requested from you. That's why they don't go on my newsletter immediately. And I learned this from my girl, Bridget Bartlett, my favorite coach and mentor in the digital marketing space. You don't want to be sending them 1,000 different emails about 1,000 different things. Nope. I just want to send them the email that's related to the thing that they requested. So I'm going to give it a from name, which is me, Cortez Hustle. Now, a lot of people say email marketing is dead. A lot of people say, well, Cortez, you're sending emails and your open rate is 38%. That means what? 62% is not opening? Well, they may not be opening, but you know what I do know that more of them are seeing? They are seeing Cortez Hustle sent you an email. So even if they don't open the email, they know or they've seen my name every single day, right? So it is worth setting this stuff up, y'all. So email from is Cortez at, and then I'm going to paste in the entire email that I got from ChatGPT, but I know that ChatGPT also gave me a subject line. So I'm going to grab the subject line, cut it out of there, put it in here, and then I'm going to clean this up a little bit so that we're good to go. Now, notice it says, hi. That ain't how I talk to my tribe, right? So I'm going to switch and change this out, and I'm going to say, yo, what it do? And I'm going to call them by their name by inserting this custom value tag. Contact, first name, boom. Yo, what it do, Tank? Congratulations on downloading the Passive Income Goal Setting Guide. So I like to make sure that I keep my use spacing so that I use short, easy to read sentences, because people, when they see long paragraphs, they're like, man, I ain't reading all that. So I try to keep it short and simple and sweet. Again, you want to go back through and make sure that this sounds like you. But for now, I'm just going to put it in as it is. So boom, got everything in there. So now all I have to do is hit save, and it's in there. Now, the way you make this an automated series so that it runs without you is I'm going to simply add a wait step. That means I want the system to wait. And then how long do I want it to wait? I want it to wait 1 day. And I'm going to name the action, wait 1 day. And then I hit save. Boom. So now I'm telling the system, when someone submits that form, tag them based on the form or the lead magnet that they got from me. Send them the welcome email. Now, as I'm thinking about this, I do also notice something that ChatGPT didn't do, because it's my fault. I didn't tell ChatGPT to do it. It did not give them a link to the actual the actual PDF. So let me save this. Let me go and get that link so that I can add it, and I'll show you how to do that. If I went back to ChatGPT, I can tell ChatGPT to do it again, but this time make sure we include the link for them to download the actual PDF. I'm not going to do that because we are running out of time and I want to get to open office hours. So let me go back real quick and let me go and get the actual link for the download. So I'm going to go here and I'll show you how I will include it. So I'm going to go to my media storage. And again, you notice I have folders for everything. So here's my folder with all of my lead magnets. Here's the lead magnet that I'm talking about. I'm going to click the three dots, copy the link. We're going to go back to our automations. And we're going to go back to that folder, lead magnet workflows. And then we're going to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the name of the worksheet clickable. And that should do it for me. And I might just add somewhere else. So in that email that I'm sending out, it says, congratulations on downloading your, and it gives the name of the worksheet right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make this clickable. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to insert a link. And then I'm going to give it an action and make it open in a new window, save. So now they can get their, if for some reason when they hit submit, they didn't read the download immediately, they can come here and they can get it again. So boom. I can also, if I wanted to, add another little spot to say, hey, download your resource here. So I might do that. The first step to, so download your worksheet here. And then I would just make here also clickable. I would do the same thing. Boom, boom. New window, save, save, save. And then after they wait a day, I would send another email. Wait a day, send another email. Wait a day, send another email. So however many emails you want to send, you just keep going through that process. And then after the last day, I'm going to wait a day and I'm going to add another tag. And the tag that I'm going to add this time is newsletter. Because anybody who gets tagged with my newsletter tag, they automatically start getting my newsletter emails, right? And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you build and create your automated workflow using ChatGPT to write your emails, loading them into your email auto response system, whatever you're using. But if you rock with your boy in the PLR Profit Society mentorship program, we give you an all-in-one sales and marketing software solution called the Digital Empire System, powered by Go High Level, of course. And we show you how to use all of these tools. That's how you create passive income, by having systems and tools working for you. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to wrap up today's episode of Over the Shoulder with Cortez Hustle. Tomorrow, I'm going to teach you how to set your triggers in your content so that when you're posting your content about your lead magnet, how do people know to go from the social media platform to the link to opt in? Tomorrow is going to be all about lead magnets. Remember, if you got questions, you want to join open office hours, CortezHustle.com/open office hours is how you get the Zoom link for that. See you guys all tomorrow. Until then, I want you to get your money up, because you absolutely can do it but more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. Now hustle up.
Yo, real quick, if you're catching this live, then you can hustle on over to cortezhustle.com/open office hours to join us in a private Zoom room to get your questions answered. If you're watching this on the replay, then YouTube thinks you should watch this video next. And don't forget to hit the smiley face to subscribe to the channel and check out cortezhustle.com if you want to join our free community.